Alright, so we're going to do a bit of a life update, but it's also a good excuse to get this drive downtown because it's a hell of a drive. There we go. Whew. Up the hill, down the hill, up the hill, down the hill. Okay, so I've been here back in the Bitterroot Valley for about a week. It's kind of weird. Been working. I feel work is going okay, but it's just tricky because I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, which is a problem when you're trying to prove, hey, I'm a guy that you should keep hired in. Because some of these places, you know, you do work for a couple of days and then you're on your own, and I'm still kind of like limping behind that. In fairness, I've been behind a couple of different departments. It's big mad because I'm not buckled up. Let me fix that. So, hoping that gets straightened out soon. Like, I kind of feel like I know what I'm doing, but I also feel like it requires a certain eye I haven't developed yet. So, we'll figure it out. Hoping to clear out some more space for me and the kids today. I can tell that my grandparents are trying, my parents are trying. My dad is trying, but it isn't always easy. A couple of days ago was kind of a rock bottom kind of day, so my hope is make this work for some months or so. Start saving up a little bit of money. Kind of go from there. Gonna try to get caught up on my reading a bit between point A and point B. Still trying to make sense of what stuff is ours and what stuff is ours, but we don't need to hold on to. My brother has very graciously given me some space I can store some of my stuff at. So, I don't know, it's all very possible. I just need to make it happen. Kids seem to be enjoying it for the most part, so that's good. Yesterday was weird. The day before that was weird. So when I first came up here, we were getting temperatures that were creeping on up to the 80s. And then suddenly it dropped and we had a day of snow, followed by a day where the snow hadn't melted. So I hate that car's right there because my favorite thing about this road is going down 65 when I'm supposed to be going 45. So I guess we're going to get a slower drive down the Montana Towgay. My mental health has not been great. Just something about being in this area. Kind of a reminder that I don't really belong here. A lot of my feelings that I would were based off of being a teenager, and obviously 20 years has rubbed that away. Trying to figure out a way for my kids to kind of be themselves. Being in a town that doesn't have a Walmart is weird. Probably not this weekend, but I suspect next weekend or the weekend after that, I'm going to take a drive into Missoula. This is a nice, beautiful drive, ruined by the fact that there's a car in front of me. But all these unique sign names, because people named their streets a different way. I had some medication that was supposed to be delivered to me. It got delivered to the other address, so now I'm going to wait for my former landlord to reach out to me. And if she's going to be there, ask if she'll forward it. She should be able to. I think you just, write forward to, and that'll be nice. The restaurant that I used to go to 20 years ago is now a casino, which is disappointing. It's also about the only thing that's open 24 hours a day. Because, of course, probably won't be doing much more of that. But I have won $40 off of Keno, which for something that I went into thinking I'd lose a little bit of money, but have something to drink and kill some time, collect my thoughts, I'll take it. And I've kind of sorted out the ability to use the internet up where I'm staying through a tethered device. But I still don't have my computer set up because I don't really have a place for it. Which is kind of weird. So. Still trying to make sense of some of that. Whee! So I don't know. All things said and done, I feel tired. I feel worn. And one of the things I was hoping for when I came down here, that sense of community, I haven't really found it yet. Tomorrow I'm going to try going to a different church, and I'm always kind of wary about that, but if that's what it takes to network, so be it. My dad is not at all a fan of these local churches, and my kids don't really want to go. But in this type of area, you're either going to church or you're going to bars, and I don't really feel like becoming a drunk anytime soon. So I guess we're going the other route. Getting drunk off the altar wine. A few things have kind of shown me the beauty of this area and the ugliness of some of its people. And I guess it's kind of always been there, but it kind of caught me off guard. See it again. That's where I'm at there. I probably don't need to be going 70 in a 55. I'm told that there's a sheriff around here that'll pull you over for going a few miles over. So you probably have a field day. See how fast I go here. Alright, so we'll slow down a little bit. It is great to be one of the outsiders who gets to drive crazy. Growing up, it's like, oh, that outsider doesn't know how to drive. They don't follow the speed limit. Now I'm like, that's me. I don't know how to drive. I don't follow the speed limit. People be like, what's wrong with them? And then they'll see my license plates. Oh, he's from Chicago. That'll do it. Got plenty of RV space. Maybe I need to get like an RV for my kids. They're a little cheaper than houses out here. Oh, he turned in front of me. Now I gotta slow down. Maybe change lanes. And another thing that kind of caught me off guard is there are some really good restaurants out here. There are some good ethnic restaurants out here. And from what I've tasted so far, they're reasonable. Also, it's really weird to me that the Burger King here is like good. And it's going to sound weird, but in the Rockford area, they've got like 5 different Burger Kings and not a single one of them is good. Like, they're the sort of thing you go to because you kind of want a Whopper and you forgot that they taste horrible. Super One is open 24 hours a day. Teenagers like to hang out in the parking lot. Oh, another fun fact about this area. So, a lot of people are talking about this labor shortage, which isn't really an issue unless you're in the service industry. And a lot of these jobs are saying that they're hiring at $13 an hour, but that is not actually true. They're hiring at $11 an hour with a $2 an hour summer differential. So at the end of the summer, you're no longer making that extra $2 an hour. And a lot of places are doing that. I'm kind of surprised. I shouldn't be. But it just seems a bit like a bait and switch to me. Ain't no one out here gonna make rent on $11 an hour. I did find out there's a game store here. It looks like a tornado hit it, which is generally a sign that it's got a good core group of people who want to keep it running. I don't know, ever walk into a game store and it's too pristine and you wonder if anyone actually shows up there? This one doesn't have that problem. They were sharing with me that they've started to reopen up after COVID, but people still have some concerns. So, I don't know. I think what I'm going to start doing is just taking pictures of places I've been and comparing them to my remembrance of them when I was growing up. Because a lot's changed. And I think that's to be expected. But just because it should be expected doesn't mean it is. Also, it's weird what has changed and what hasn't. I'm going to try to get my kids to see the Marcus Daly Memorial. So, in this area, they had some guys called the Copper Kings, and they were super rich people who came out here and they bought some immigrant labor and they mined the hell out of things and they ruined the environment, but they made a shit ton of money doing it, and that's why we have the towns that we have today. Yay, Copper Kings. And Marcus Daly was one of them, and his family had like a mansion basically that's out in the middle of nowhere, and now that mansion is a tourist spot, and the kids usually go there as part of their schooling, and they're like, this is how people lived back then, which is not true. That's how the rich people got to live back then. The average Joe didn't have a bunch of servants taking care of them, which is not fair. I could use some servants taking care of me. Hey there, Colorado buddy. Love the Charger. Oh, another yellow light. Let's see when they open that up. And it's weird because I've only run into like one person I knew from school who moved back here to help take care of a bookstore. I thought that I'd like run into more people I met. I've talked to a couple of them on social media. I think they're like, oh God, he's back in town. Quick, we gotta hide. So, sometimes it's exciting to show off some of this stuff to my kids, but I think they're kind of done with me. They're like, we're done. So anyways, we're on the outskirts of Hamilton, which is about where I'm headed. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. I'll talk to you all at a later time. Stay safe and stay warm.